Welcome, and how you guys doing today? We're gonna do another video on Die Rise Zombies where we're gonna earn 4 achievements today to continue the walkthrough for Black Ops 2. We're gonna be going for Facing the Dragon, Vertigoner, Slippery When Undead, and I'm My Own Best Friend. To start out this run, we're gonna go with Facing the Dragon, where we have to look the dragon in the eyes before we finish round 1. This achievement is pretty much the easiest one you can do for this level, because you only need 750 points to get where you're going and to turn on the power. As you just saw, we went into the elevator, and that elevator falls all the way down to this floor right here, where we're going to start killing some zombies for some points. Make sure you keep track of how many zombies you kill, because on solo mode there are only 6 zombies in round 1. So make sure to leave 1 or 2 left alive, that way you don't complete round 1 before you make it up to the dragon. As we turn on the power, it's going to activate the elevators around the level. And you see this elevator here, heel kick. We're going to get on top of the elevator here in a second. And it's going to take us up to the 66th floor for the next part of the achievement. You may have seen a glyph on top of the elevator. This little glyph is going to be used for the Easter egg in a future video. But for right now, it's pretty much meaningless for these achievements in this video. This level can be pretty confusing when you first start playing it. You may have already noticed that there are 2 different towers that you play in. The one that we initially started in, and then we jump to this one where the power is located. There are 3 perks in each building. These perks are going to stay in the same building, but they may be in different elevators each time you play through it. The only perk that doesn't change what elevator it is in is the Quick Revive, which is in building 1. And all the other perks may be in a different elevator each time you play. Now that we're on the roof, we're going to stick to the left and go up the metal grating and look at the dragon in the face. The achievement won't pop here in my video since I've already done it before, but just stare at it there for a second or 2 and it'll show up for you. The next achievement we're going to go for is Vertigoner, where you have to fling 10 zombies to their death. I initially picked up one part at the beginning of the level, as you may have seen, to come here to this workbench and throw it down. All 4 parts are going to be located in this building that we're in now, and the quickest way to get to the parts is to ride this elevator that I'm staring at right here once it comes down, up and down. I'm just going to speed things up here to save a little bit of time, and that way we're just not standing around dilly-dallying waiting on this elevator. While we're killing time, I'm going to give you a description of the other parts. One of the next parts is going to be a flagpole that has a red triangle flag on it. One is going to be like a air compressor or a water compressor that will be used to power the flipper. And the 4th part is going to be an old paddle fan looking thing that will be used as like the spring of the trample steamer. So once the elevator goes down 1 more floor, we're going to get on top of it and we're going to ride it up the next 2 floors to get to where we're going to find the other 4 parts, or the other 3 parts actually. This is the same floor we started on. These double doors is the starting area, and from there we're just going to search for the other 3 parts in this area up here. From here we're just going to rinse and repeat going up and down the elevator that has the Quick Revive in it. Just make sure to pay attention to where the elevator is and don't get on top of it when it's going to keep going up to another floor. Because if you get on top of the elevator while it's going up to the next floor it's going to go to, you'll end up getting crushed by the debris in the roof that's up there. From here I'm going to speed it up and just skip through all the waiting just to save more time, but pretty much all the parts are going to be in this area and it shouldn't be too difficult to find them. Just keep going up and down the elevator as mentioned before and you should be all set.
Don't look like much, but it may be useful.
Ha! Would you look at that? I've always had a knack for fixing things.
Think I'd better hang on to this.
Alright, so now that we have all 4 of the parts, we're going to add the last one and pick up the trample seamer. The Vertigoner achievement requires you to fling 10 zombies with this device that we have completed here, and when you throw it down initially you have to let it charge itself up. The device can only fling 1 zombie at a time, so if you get a crowd around it, you need to try and get rid of as many as possible, otherwise they will destroy the device and you have to pick another one up. From here, just enjoy the show. You don't really have to keep too much of account of what zombies you kill, since the achievement isn't buggy at all. Also to note that you may have seen that I just got flung by the device, and if any human gets flung by it, it will have to reset itself again for whatever reason.
At least it ain't as heavy as it looks.
At this point, I'm pretty sure I've done more than 10 zombies, but since I didn't have notifications on for whatever reason, it didn't pop up. But in just a second, I will show you the achievement has been earned.
I don't do it for medals. I do it for the kicks.
With Facing the Dragon and Vertigoner completed, we're going to move on to Slippery when Undead. This achievement requires you to build this liquefier and kill 5 zombies with 1 shot. This achievement is very easy. We just need 2,500 points to open up the doors and clear the debris we need to get all the parts for this liquefier and to reach the workbench.
This building's electrical systems must be extensive. We should only focus
Once we reach down below, we're going to farm some zombie kills to get the points we need to open up the doors. You don't have to get all the points in round 1 because I'm pretty sure you won't be able to. But you need at least 750 points to open up the initial door to start getting the parts. Okay, after we get some points, we're going to jump across to the second building and we're going to open up the door that's to the right of the power room right there. That table I just looked at is where one of the parts could be for this liquefier, but the first part we're going to find is between the couch and the TV right here. To reach the workbench, we're going to need 750 points to clear the couch that's blocking the stairs. I'm just going to speed things up a bit here to save a little bit of time. That way you don't get too bored.
Touch me, I touch you. Same rule as I have on the bus. Except that I despise touching, so maybe don't.
Once we clear the debris, the workbench is straight ahead, and this is where we're going to assemble all 4 parts. You may have seen a part on the barrel behind me right there at the stair set, and this bottle thing here will be either in the cage or in the power room. If you're doing this on solo, just make sure you have a clear area to assemble the parts. If you're playing co-op, you can have one of your buddies kite the zombies away from you. Our third part is going to be found in the kitchen, which will be that handle which will act as the trigger. As mentioned before, you may have needed 2,500 points to get all the parts, but since all 4 of them were located in this area, there's no need to open up the power room to search for any of the other parts.
You may have messed with the wrong guy, didn't you? Death to you!
Once the liquefier is assembled, we're going to take it. It's going to be one of your weapons that you can carry, and we need to get a group of 5 zombies and kill them with 1 shot. Some people prefer here in the power room to do it, since you can get a pretty good group going really fast. But for me, it was a little more difficult than that, and I went to another area. That way I didn't get bunched in corners and stuff. And once 5 zombies die from this single shot, you'll earn a 15 gamer score for slippery when undead. We have now completed 3 of the 4 achievements for this walkthrough video, and now we're going to go to I'm my own best friend, where you need to revive yourself without quick revive, and it's going to bring in the new perk called Who's Who. Getting to the power room and turning it on should be pretty well known by now if you follow through in this video, so I'm just going to skip to turning on the power and where to get the perk that we need. I mentioned before that there's 3 perks in each of the buildings, and Who's Who is located in the first building we started out in. So we're going to need to make our way back over to that building and search for the perk in the elevators over there. Since we've already covered how to get back to the other building, I'm just going to skip through it, going up to the top of the roof and jumping across. And we're going to search for the Who's Who perk in building 1. Now that we've made it to the quick revive elevator, we're going to ride it up to the floors above, and we're going to search for Who's Who. You can clear this couch here and look for it. It's either going to be in that elevator right there to the left, or it's going to be in the elevator up here, and it's going to be slightly to the right over here in this corner, in that elevator there that I just looked at. Since Speed Call is going to show up in that elevator on the right, we're going to go back upstairs and wait for the elevator to come up. That way we can purchase Who's Who. Alright, this perk is going to cost us 2,000 points to get, which I probably should have mentioned before. And once we get it, we want to make sure we have 1 zombie left around somewhere. That way we don't have to worry about a mass of them coming in after we down ourselves. You can either let the zombie down yourselves, or you can cook a grenade to knock yourself down. After a few seconds, you should go into like a ghost mode where you're going to spawn somewhere close to you, and you need to respawn or revive yourself. And once that's done, you earn 10 gamer score for a pretty easy achievement. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more Black Ops 2 walkthrough videos.